live on YouTube.
Don't get me wrong, a lot has happened in the past 12
And
years.
it looks like we're good to go. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are watching Friday Night SmackDown.
You keep saying we.
It's going to be a good show. We're going to have Roman Reigns and CM Punk underneath the same roof. Hopefully, they're going to have a war of words with each other. Not only that, they're in Chicago, so it's CM Punk's hometown. So that should be pretty good. Again, they're just showing a recap of what went down this past week on Friday Night SmackDown when they had the big contract signing between all three men, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. And CM Punk found out he was going to be involved in a WrestleMania main event for the first time in his career. So this should be a good show. I'm excited to see what's going down. Again, they're recapping the situation between all three men.
Clean up your
Like
mess.
I said, if you can, check out the latest episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. It's us talking about AEW Dynasty, which is happening this weekend on pay-per-view. If you're a Twitch sub or a Twitch moderator, you can come and hang out and watch AEW Dynasty with me and the rest of the crew. It'll save you $50
at WrestleMania. You get to live your dream of all dreams. CM Punk, you are a WrestleMania main eventer.
How about that?
One man's dream is another man's favorite check.
No! Wipe those tears out of your eyes. You don't deserve it.
Wow.
Main eventing WrestleMania is
Someone's
sacred.
salty.
He doesn't deserve it, and this is your fault, and this is your fault.
Thank you. Thank you, as corny as it sounds, to the WWE Universe who stood by me and chanted my name for 10 long years. Thank you.
No. There's only one person you should be thanking. You should be thanking your tribal chief.
Thank the
Because
tribal
of
chief.
me, you're in the main event. Go ahead now. Do it right.
Thank you, my tribal chief. Because of you, I will see you in the main event of WrestleMania. Thank you. But that's not the favor that I'm owed.
That's not the favor, apparently. We're still yet to find out what the favor is, but that wasn't it. That was just a nice little cherry on top. Damn, you can't hear nothing in there. You can't hear anything in there. They are singing. Lesbians for Punk. That's how I said, lesbians for Punk. That's awesome. It feels like it's almost like the night when he first came back. That's how crazy it is in there. It's loud. New ring announcer.
CM Punk in Chicago. It creates a reaction seldom heard, seldom seen. Of course, this is where
New ring announcer Mark Nash doing a great job.
Since that job Survivor Series War Games was seemingly going off the air, and Punk arrived.
You know, we're the odd men out in this arena tonight, Joe. We are the only people still sitting down. And that's just because I don't want to block the entirety of the front row. But wow, these people
there are a lot of people
vicariously through CM Punk. Chicago made, Chicago born, Chicago bred, and this is their hero.
Wade, I rarely take these headsets off, but I did before CM Punk was introduced, just to experience it the way over 16,000 did. To hear that roar, that embrace, the Second City Saint returns home as a WrestleMania.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Hey, Mossy. Hold on.
Her sister was a witch.
Right?
And what was her sister? A princess. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
That's right.
Especially
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog.
Grow up.
Grow up. Get educated.
Grow up. Hi, Mossy. Happy Friday to you, Mossy. Hopefully you're doing well. Enjoying your Friday, taking care of yourself. Hopefully your dinner was well. I am doing great. Thank you for asking. I am wonderful. Happy to be here. We got CM Punk in the building already. They're in Chicago, CM Punk's hometown. Just here watching some wrestling. You know, the usual.
I don't know where to begin, but they told me that the best television audience.
I gotta lurk while I'm at work, but I'm here. Well, you know, we always say lurking is love. So thank you for lurking while you're working. Better than lurking while jerking. I mean, all right, I gotta workshop that. But hopefully the rest of your work day goes by quickly so you can get home and relax.
They told me the best overseas audiences were overseas. Where are you at, Chicago? Let them know.
That place is going crazy.
It's Punk Cam.
Rico's out of a job.
Look how awful this camera work is.
Oh my God, I'm getting dizzy.
Our director Lee's cringing right now, but that was great stuff.
These cameras are worth about 10 grand. Be careful in there.
You see, Chicago, that's why we don't listen to them. We don't listen to outside voices. A little fact. I'm not supposed to be here.
What?
Stop me if you heard it. I was born at Silver Cross Hospital
Oh.
with a cord around my neck. I came out blue. They had to bring me back to life. I'm not supposed to be here.
I thought he meant he wasn't supposed to be on the show. He means he wasn't supposed to be here in life.
Every time I come out on television, no matter where it is, every city, all across the world, Netflix, USA, doesn't matter. My goal is to make new fans every single time. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen out in TV land, please forgive me while I take the time not to make new fans, but to thank 16,000 strong of my hometown friends and family. When they tell you you're not supposed to be here, you say, well, who's gonna make me leave? And that's exactly what I have done every single time I lace my boots up. Hell, every single time I go to the grocery store and they tell me, you're not supposed to be here. I buy my groceries, I pay the man, and then I leave. And ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed.
Okay.
Because, and I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm in the main event of WrestleMania.
Lifelong dream.
I deserve it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've earned it. I started in the backyards of Chicago and they said, you're not supposed to be here. I trained at the Steel Domain at Irving and Central and they said, you're not supposed to be here. I signed a contract here. They said, you're not supposed to be here. I paraded out dressed like Al Capone right over there on John Cena's gangster car at WrestleMania. And they said, that's as good as it gets for you, kid. You're not supposed to be here. And to me, that's when the hard work began. So I appreciate everybody congratulating me. And as I walk through the airport coming home to O'Hare, they say, good luck, CM Punk. Congratulations, you made it. And I'm here to let you know that now the hard work begins. I am a product of this town. I have to thank each and every single one of you, and please forgive me while I'm thanking you if I don't thank my beautiful wife, April, first.
Of course, AJ Lee.
Probably going to be a little bit mad at me for that, but I know somebody who's not going to be mad at me if you chant his name is my puppy Larry.
Larry the dog. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Larry doesn't know what's going on.
There's way too many people to thank, people that got me exactly right where I need to be. I figure coming out on here on television and thanking each and every single one of you was a good start. I wouldn't be who I am without this city. I wouldn't be where I am without this city. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And now, the hard work begins because I got a date at WrestleMania and I promise you, I am gonna whip Seth Rollins' ass. I am gonna put a beating on the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, at the main event of WrestleMania.
That dude is pumped.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I just got into Chicago. I apologize for being late. It was no disrespect to the second city, and I assure you, I absolutely positively assure you, it was no disrespect to my best friend in the world, the second city saint, the best in the world, CM Punk. May I?
I was just getting to thank you. Yeah, come on in. Good Lord. You can't escape. You can't. EC Dub. EC Dub.
I thank you, but tonight, ask not Chicago what you can do for your wise man. Ask instead what your wise man can do for you. The first thing I can do is, if I could steal a phrase here, to be the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. God damn it, you belong here. You belong in this ring. You belong in Chicago, and by God, you belong in the main event of WrestleMania. The last time the two of us were standing here inside this ring, I came up to you because Solo and Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga were breathing down my neck, and I said, please take me with you. And the next week, they put me through the announce table at Madison Square Garden and put me out for the longest I've ever been out, except when I've been fired. And that's not funny. That's not funny. Then you had a Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre, and despite the fact that you whipped his ass and won, the beating that you took was so severe, you were contemplating never coming back. And then I begged you. I pleaded with you. I said, it's 4-on-5 at War Games, and my tribal chief is in trouble, and I don't have another way out, and I have no one else in the world to turn to. Please do me this favor, just do this, please. And you said to me, yes, I'll do it for you. And you saved the family, you saved the match, you saved the bloodline. You deserve all the credit in the world. And for that, I thank you. And I have, if you'll indulge me, one more favor to ask of you.
Okay. Wow, it's two favors.
You have a favor, another favor. We're stockpiling favors, ladies and gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Please tell me the favor that I owe you.
Yeah, seriously, because I want to know too. What is the favor? Get it out of the way.
He's gonna be here, and he's pissed off about enough as it is. And you don't know what happens when the tribal chief. Have you ever heard of his father, Sika? Do you know what happens when these Samoans get angry?
Did you say he's not here?
Uh-oh.
Yet he's in training camp for WrestleMania, and he...
As he should be. And listen, as much as I think the favor is none of his business, I do think it's going to affect him a little bit. I would like to tell him to his face when I tell you. So why don't you let me and all my friends know when Big Chief decides to show up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It seems like tonight we're going to find out what the favor is. Seems like tonight we're finding out what the favor is, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit of pressure on Mr. Heyman right now to deliver Roman Reigns so that Punk can tell him the favor to his face.
Oh yeah, time for Rey Fenix. Holy shit. That just got me amped up. Ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for joining the stream tonight. We're watching Friday Night SmackDown. You just heard from CM Punk, the main event, part of the main event, 1/3 of the main event of this year's WrestleMania, which is happening in 15 days. It's going to be a good time. It's the Pro Wrestling Super Bowl. It's the greatest night in pro wrestling. It's the WrestleMania event. This time it is on Saturday and Sunday. It's a 2-night event. Can't wait for it. Very excited. But beforehand, let me once again let you guys know. Again, I told you earlier where you can find the latest episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. That is a Spotify link, but it's available wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Apple. It could be on Audible. It could be on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, a bunch of places to listen to the Ringside Rundown podcast. Is also available on YouTube, where we are doing multi-streaming. This very same stream that you're probably watching on Twitch, you can also check out on YouTube. If you go to that YouTube link right there, youtube.com/@RingsideRunPod. If you can do me a favor, head over to that link, drop a like on the live stream video, because the more likes on the video, the more people will actually see it, algorithms, and all that other good stuff. So if you could do me the favor and do that. Hey, Bella's still here. Thank you for hitting the links command. Bella did the smart thing and let you know where you can find me on social media, places like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all there. Bella, go get yourself some sleep, okay? Get yourself some sleep. If you want, you could leave me on in your ears. I'll try to lull you to sleep with my voice. I don't know if it's a good thing, but always remember, if you can't sleep, you can always head over to the Discord. SmackDown is there until the 11 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that'll be, but by then you should definitely be asleep. But if you want to, if you can't catch the Z's, head over to the Discord, watch SmackDown. It's already a big SmackDown. Hopefully tonight we find out what that favor is that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk. My guess, and this is just a guess, I don't have any inside sources, but I think CM Punk wants Paul Heyman to be in his corner for the match at WrestleMania and not Roman Reigns' corner. So it'll be 4-ish for me. Yeah, see, that's crazy late. But if you want to, it's available in Discord if you want to watch it. Or you can just pop it on Netflix. That's right. You have a Netflix account. Just pop it up on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix, and then you'll know what the hell I'm talking about here as I'm babbling about professional wrestling. We got a big show. It is the debut of Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix is the brother of Penta, who has now made his way to the WWE. Plus, we also get a last man standing match between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. So it's going to be a pretty big deal. A fun night. We're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you all taking the time out of your Friday or Saturday morning to come hang out with me. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for hitting that lurk, Bella. Don't worry. Leroy sees you. Leroy thanks you. Leroy is on the edge of the bed. He's out of the camera frame, but he's on the edge of the bed already sleeping, passed out. Hey, it's Nathan Fraser.
The debut of Rey Fenix comes right now.
Oh, it's Nathan Fraser versus Rey Fenix? Holy Moses. They made Nathan Fraser be the scapegoat for the Rey Fenix debut. They couldn't get anybody else.
Weighing in at 180 pounds, Nathan Fraser!
Nathan Fraser, fearless and fast, 2 times.
I like Nathan Fraser. I'm kind of upset they put him in this position. He's just going to end up catching the L. But let's see Rey Fenix's entrance. Damn.
And his opponent from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 182 pounds, making his WWE debut, Ray Phoenix!
This is a cool entrance.
Special moment. A
They
grand
nailed this
arrival.
entrance.
Years and years of establishing a brand, a style, a presence, and it pays off now being on this stage for Ray Phoenix.
One of the greatest high flyers on planet Earth. The hype regarding this superstar is real. Big, big expectations. This is the brother of Penta. Wow, I wouldn't like trying that myself. And Penta has created some real waves since debuting earlier this year on Raw. Much of the same can be expected from this man.
The industry cred well understood with Phoenix. Simply stated, one of the most celebrated luchadors of this and many generations. And you mentioned the case with his brother Penta. This is the other half of the famed Lucha Brother tag team. Incredible reception, so much anticipation. You're already seeing what he's capable of.
Most electrifying athletes I've ever clapped eyes on. So thrilled he's right here on the biggest stage of his 20-year career. And a hot start from Ray Phoenix. Let's give a little shout out to Nathan Fraser, a man who is got a fair amount of hype behind him himself. Now,
For real, that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering how it's kind of
hype behind him that Ray Phoenix has got, but what a way to upset the apple cart it would be if he pulls off a shocker today against the Luchador.
And would you look at the pace, the full throttle pace and speed blistering between these two.
Tell you about Nathan Fraser, who's actually trained by.
There's a roll up, looking for a quick win. Right back on it. Oh, Phoenix!
Crowd is already loving it.
Trying to keep up and stay with this pace that Phoenix is setting early on here. And Fraser himself, a guy who loves taking risks and has uncanny resilience.
Seth Rollins in part trained Nathan Fraser. I spoke to Seth Rollins earlier today. He said he's never seen an athlete quite as quick as Nathan Fraser, comparing him to a superhero like the Flash.
That could have been bad.
They're taking out Ray Phoenix on the outside. Now the tie perhaps
that was
starting to turn in this one. Nathan
gnarly.
Fraser as close to a luchador as England has ever really produced. But moments here looking every bit the equal of Ray Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Wow.
About it. Welcome to the WWE, Ray Phoenix.
All right, we're in picture as I mute this audio. A little bit of clunky start, not necessarily Ray Phoenix's fault. And also you got to take into account that Nathan Fraser, who's from NXT, he's one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. He really doesn't wrestle a lot on the main roster, you know, so this is just as big of an opportunity for him as it is for Ray Phoenix. So they're just kind of feeling each other out, trying to get the right pacing going. So a little clunky, but the crowd is really into it. The crowd is really loving what Ray Phoenix is bringing to the table. So, it's not all so bad, you know. I think it's one of those things that may need to kind of slow it down just a little bit, if that makes a little bit sense. That's kind of hard to do when you're Nathan Fraser. If you've seen a lot of Nathan Fraser's work, that man does not slow down for anybody. So to tell him to slow down to kind of help the match go along is going to be difficult, but it'll work out well, no problem. Right now, Ray Phoenix is in control. He's got Nathan Fraser on his shoulders. He's got him set up for something. Oh, nice. Nathan Fraser reverses the move into an inverted DDT, goes for a standing shooting star, and only gets a 2 count on that. As they mentioned earlier, Ray Phoenix is the brother of Penta, who wrestles on Raw. They are known as the Lucha Brothers tag team. So eventually one day in WWE, I'm pretty sure we're going to see the Lucha Brothers team up and take on the tag team division. That'll be a lot of fun when that happens. Right now, Penta is killing it on Raw. He's doing such a great job that you hope the same for Rey Fenix, which I'm sure is not going to be a problem. I think Rey Fenix is going to do fantastic if they find the right opponents for him. I think he'll be great. Both men re-enter the ring, and Nathan Frazer takes advantage and takes out Rey Fenix, knocking him to the mat. Snapmare takeover. And a knee to the spine. We're in picture-in-picture, so they're slowing down the action just a little bit. Frazer off the ropes, running snapmare, goes for the cover, and only gets a 2 count. Apparently, later on tonight in the show, we're finally going to find out what is that favor that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk. So that is definitely something to look forward to later on in the evening. Nathan Frazer with the rear chin lock on Rey Fenix, keeping him seated and grounded in the middle of the ring. Rey Fenix fights to his feet. Gets pushed into the corner. And we're back to the action.
Phoenix, the luchador legend, making his much-anticipated WWE debut against Nathan Frazer, who's making his SmackDown debut. Phoenix has won 5 tag team titles in different promotions with his brother Penta, who's been an absolute superstar on Raw on Netflix.
Rey Fenix thought this was just going to be a procession through to victory. He was very, very wrong. Frazer's made this one hell of a fight.
Look at the matchup of athleticism between these two
Nice.
here. Superplex.
Roll through on the superplex into a corkscrew neck breaker.
Looking for the win here in Chicago.
Rey Fenix kicks out.
With that roll through superplex into what I guess was a final cut net breaker, you could see the influence of his mentor, Seth Rollins, already. What a mentor to have. Well, the philosophy of these two is so clear. If you're in control, you're simply not going fast enough. This has been a sprint from the off.
And Frazer lining it up. Loving to go for it. Misses on the Phoenix splash.
It's a move he's put numerous superstars away with in NXT.
Big knee.
Oh, right
Huge
on the
knee.
point of the jaw.
Wow.
Phoenix is crumbled to the canvas. And now Frazer's in control, but a counter opportunity
Ooh.
for Rey Phoenix.
Single leg drop kick landed on point.
It takes.
Goodbye, amigo kick. And now Rey Phoenix.
Oh!
Boy, did he ever land that.
That was nice. And Frazer kicked out. Holy shit. Nathan Frazer.
Well, I've no idea how Nathan Frazer doesn't have a broken neck after that one. Watch the landing here.
Oh my God.
Pretty much directly on the top of the head of Nathan Frazer, who was completely unable to tuck the neck and land on the shoulders, but somehow Frazer's still battling away. Hats off to this kid.
You know, you mentioned it earlier of visiting with Rey Phoenix and describing him
This is a
as
great
a
match.
hybrid luchador in his style. Define that a little more.
Well, he's somebody who can clearly do the high-flying stuff, perhaps as well as anyone we've ever seen, but he can get down, dirty, and gritty.
And I think you're seeing just that way.
And submissions as needed. He can change it up in the blink of an eye.
Wow! Saw that goodbye amigo kick, the fire driver. He starts up with that knee to the head, and now the varied offensive assault every which way.
Oh my!
Rey Phoenix.
Is that a muscle buster?
Oh! MMB! Mexican muscle buster!
Mexican muscle buster. And Rey Fenix gets the win in his WWE debut.
Well, good luck to our replay crew. That entire match was just a highlight reel. What a performance from both.
Bam!
This is the moment where Rey Fenix turned it all around. And as you called it, Joe, this Mexican muscle buster with that twist in there, connecting on Nathan Fraser and finally putting the Brit to bed in this one. Hats off, Ray Phoenix.
Hey, it's Byron Saxton.
Go up to the ring to Byron.
Ray Phoenix, I'm sure your emotions are all over the place, but tell us, how does it feel to finally make your debut inside a WWE ring? Gracias, Chicago! I have a lot of history in Chicago con todos ustedes. Tonight is not the debut of Ray Phoenix. Tonight is so much more. Tonight, I reverse of Ray Phoenix. I am reborn with love. I am reborn with passion, with reach, with animal. I waited my whole life to say this. I am WWE Animal!
Good for him. Good for him. I know this past, year or so has been really tough on Ray Phoenix. Good for him.
Impressive win. Impresionante. See, that's the kind of performance I expect from the two of you. You understand? ¿Me entiendes? ¿Qué? Come on. Are you serious?
Yes. Look at him. He's a flying lizard.
He's a flying
Just
lizard.
A flash in the pan. We, on the other hand, legado, familia, los Garza. You know what? I'm better than him.
Oh, is that so?
Sí, señor.
Where has this fire been? I like it. Me gusta. But if you feel that way, you're gonna have to show me you're better than him. I'll talk to Nick Aldis and I'll make it happen. Ray Phoenix versus Berto.
That'd be fun. I would love to see that for sure.
Well, from the high-octane Ray Phoenix, our night continues on that theme here on SmackDown.
We got a tag team
especially
championship
in
number one
because
contendership
two former
match
champs,
between the
DIY,
Motor
the
City Machine Guns to
will
Alex Shelley,
clash to decide the number one
Nick
contenders
Saban,
for the Street
Nick Saban,
Profits. That's
Chris
later
Saban.
tonight.
What the hell am I thinking? I'm thinking of football. Chris Saban, Alex Shelley against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Then there's a last man standing number one contendership match for the U.S. Championship between Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu. That one's going to be a lot of fun because it's two big-ass dudes just beating the hell out of each other, and they have to incapacitate their opponent so they can't answer the count of 10. Leroy, what are you doing? Leroy's back there being Leroy. Looks like he's getting comfortable. Really quickly, guys, just let you know we're also on Instagram. So if you need some wrestling content in your Instagram feed, go ahead and check us out, Instagram.com/ringside rundown. That has a bunch of posting in terms of links to the podcast episodes and also highlights of the streams here and short form content and Instagram reels, which we're doing wonderful on. Thank you very much for anybody that is supporting us on Instagram. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, Leroy, whatever you say. Come on, man. No need to be that way. No need to be that way. No need to be that way. Okay, Leroy. Okay. Hey, Leroy, look at me. Hey, you gonna cut it out? Nobody's there. That worked. You see how that works? You see how he listens to me? Just clearing out some notifications. I just got an email that told me that when listeners search for wrestling expertise on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, the Ringside Rundown appears as a result 24 times. Nice. I did not know that. That's very interesting. I just got an email that told me that information. I don't know if that really matters, but it's really good to know that the podcast is out there and that it is heard or listened to by people. We're still in commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. All right. They're talking about WrestleMania week, including the Hall of Fame, which is happening on Friday, April 18th. They're also going to have a bunch of attractions for WrestleMania if you're in the area, if you're in Las Vegas. I would say attend some of the attractions, but to be honest with you, the prices are outrageous. You know, the prices for some of these attractions are just outrageous. Here's a video for Drew McIntyre.
Every big moment at my expense. Every girl you talked to at the bar bragging you were champion, that was my title. All the money you made profited off of me being screwed. And you realized, without me in your world, even when you were fighting for the title, no one really cares about Damian Priest unless you're feasting off of my scraps. So you took away both my world title opportunities at WrestleMania when my back was turned. All I asked for was for you to verbally explain to me how I'm wrong. Poke hole in my logic.
I like how he's wearing the eye patch. Because he got glass in his eye. Cry me a river.
You always do. You hid in the shadows. Like a vulture.
Cry me a river.
After I beat Randy Orton right in the middle of the ring, I was heading out with my buddies. You attacked me. Put me through a windshield. I can live with my back hurting across the Atlantic, but shards of glass went in my eye, and I might never be the same.
He's got glass in his eye.
I need to pray. And everybody knows when Drew McIntyre prays, bad things happen.
Yeah, that's true. We all remember I prayed for this and it happened.
But let's take you back to last Friday at the O2 in London. Strowman was looking to catch the US title, but out of nowhere, the Samoan werewolf.
I like that the announcers table, the commentary table doesn't disintegrate on every single attack. I think they've made it so that the commentary table does not break at all. Like they've actually used the real table. So I'm kind of happy about that.
We've seen it for months now. Jacob Fatu has been a massive thorn in your side.
Look, that's an understatement. I've had enough of Jacob sticking his nose in my business. Tonight, I show him why they call me the monster when I buzzsaw him in this last man standing match. Then I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm taking that US Championship to complete my Grand Slam.
Last man standing. Last man standing, Braun. You are finished. No matter what you say, you still gotta go out there and face the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu.
Oh.
Do not waste your energy on this pumpkin head bumping his bacon lips about stuff that's got nothing to do with it.
Pumping his bacon lips.
Get your boys in order, and my man, you need to keep your eyes on the prize.
Yo, Knight, you got a lot of balls coming over here and talking to me like that.
Oh, you ain't lying. They're gargantuan. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. You should be worried about me tonight.
I am worried about you just a little bit. Because if you want to make noise, because you're about to make a lot of noise out there. You're going to go, yeah. Because I'm going to be stomping your ass out. Now, if I can go ahead and get a referee out here, why don't we go ahead and remind this dummy exactly whose game this is with everybody saying,
Wow.
Well, nice not messing around.
Oh, man. Wade Barrett is ridiculous. I guess this is a non-title match. LA Knight, Tama Tonga.
He is the United States champion, LA Knight!
It's coming up next. Tama
Another
Tonga
commercial
against
break.
LA Knight.
Sorry about that, people on Discord. I didn't mean to ruin the fun there. Just trying to get to the mute button. Anyway, another place you can come hang out with us on the interwebs is if you're on Discord. Discord, we have our own little community. It's called the Ringside Rundowns Bada Bing. It's a place that is a molding of wrestling in The Sopranos. We talk wrestling there, but there's also space to talk movies, music, TV shows, sports, gaming, very community vibes-esque. So if you want to come and hang out with us in the Discord, not have to worry about people judging you or trolling or anything like that, you can come hang out with us in the Discord. It's also a space where if you're a Twitch sub or a moderator, you can come and watch shows that you may not have access to. For example, you may not be able to watch SmackDown on the USA Network. You may not be able to watch SmackDown on Netflix, but know that in the Discord, it is available for you if you're a Twitch sub or a moderator. That is one of the incentives that I offer for my Twitch subs. Not only do you get no advertisements throughout the entirety of the stream, you also get cool emotes that myself and Medicated Brains have designed for you to use in the chat, and also 15% off the Ringside Rundown merchandise store, where there's all types of stuff to support the Ringside Rundown and show your love for the Ringside Rundown. There's t-shirts, there's tank tops, there's coffee mugs, there's even swim trunks. We got a whole collection for the spring and summer. So if you want to check that out, just go to ringsiderundown-shop.fourthwall.com. Click that link right there. That'll take you to the spring summer collection. Like I said, there's t-shirts, tank tops, swim trunks, coffee mugs, hats, all types of shit there at the Ringside Rundown merchandise store. But that's also an incentive that you get as a Twitch subscriber. You get 15% off the Ringside Rundown merchandise store. Anything that you purchase there, 15% off, because you're such a loyal subscriber, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. If you're here watching, don't be afraid to say hello, or if you're lurking, there is a lurk command. Just hit ! lurk. If you're lurking, that is okay with me. I am a notorious lurker. You can see back there, Leroy's going crazy. Leroy's like trying to dig to China or something. Hey, what, Leroy? Hey, sir, excuse me, dog. What are you doing? I have the crazy. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is your malfunction, buddy? Jesus Christ.
That was a pretty awesome scene in Philly 4 weeks ago when LA Knight reclaimed the United States Championship. Of course, the early weeks of the second reign has been bogged down dealing with Samoan headaches.
Clash of Clans.
Legendary superstars await clash with Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, Bianca Belair, and more in Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans. I never played Clash of Clans.
Download today.
I was never a Clash of Clans kind of guy.
His opponent, accompanied to the ring by Solo Sikoa, weighing in at 220 pounds, Tama Tonga!
I like this ring announcer dude. This dude is really fucking good.
This is
He puts that umph in it.
matchup of his SmackDown.
He put that stank on it, you know?
It was actually against LA Knight back on January 24th.
But what we have learned about Tama Tonga since his debut here in WWE is that wherever Tama Tonga goes, carnage swiftly follows. There's a reason this guy behind the scenes is nicknamed the Tongan Terror. But LA Knight may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, even more so with Solo Sikoa prowling around the outside of the ring for this one.
Yep, that tends to be an issue. We will see if it plays a role here tonight in Chicago.
Tama Tonga tried to get the jump on LA Knight. LA Knight saw it coming.
No, it didn't.
He hits the triangle, perfect timing on that reversal. It's Tama Tonga with a back elbow.
Early on.
Look, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm a big
Tama Tonga somehow is able to get a drop kick off.
The United States champion, it would be that his confidence at times borders on delusional. He's almost.
LA Knight took him for a ride on that suplex. Said you're going whether you want to go or not.
With Tama Tonga, even more so with Solo Sikoa.
I mean, in terms of confidence, we are dealing with a man who described gargantuan onions prior to coming out to this arena.
Tama Tonga and then a headbutt on top of that, keeping LA Knight grounded. Lifts him up for a back suplex.
It is not the megastar standing
Tama Tonga putting a hurting on
Tama
LA
Tonga,
Knight.
Who's looking for the early win.
The cover only
but
gets a
Knight
2
able to kick
count.
out with ease. The megastar here in Chicago.
Tama Tonga off the ropes catches a big boot from LA Knight to his face. LA Knight takes control of the match here.
88.
Popularity and fan support just breaks the scale for the megastar. Where he goes, we get major ovations. And LA Knight now trying to give the people
LA Knight putting the boots to Tama Tonga. Yeah. He's coming from the corner. Big knee strike. Running knee strike. LA Knight's cooking.
Rolls out of the ring.
Slides through the ropes with that drop kick. Is that like a velvet suit? What is that material made out of, Solo Sikoa?
Working menacingly at all times.
Hey!
Just caving in the front of our announce, slamming his head into it.
The megastar needs eyes in the back of his head.
Hey, if you stuck around for that previous ad break, I appreciate you. Once again, if you want to avoid ads, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that subscribe button down below for $5.99. Solo Sikoa, even with the referee right there, still pays dividends. Solo Sikoa doing a good job for. Are they still considered the bloodline? What would they be considered now? They're not necessarily the bloodline anymore. The bloodline was retaken by Roman Reigns. I don't know. Really quickly, just want to show some love to some of the people that were here earlier today. Want to give some love to one of my mods, Bella B. Bella is fantastic. She's one of my favorite people, one of the best people that I've met since I've restarted my journey here on Twitch and streaming and through support communities and such like that. I believe I met Bella through Charlie's community, and you know, she's just been fantastic. A great kid. Great kid, Bella is. Do me a favor, go ahead and check her out on Twitch. She's on Twitch, twitch.tv/BellaB2104. Throw her a follow. She plays a lot of different games like Subnautica. And as you can see right there in the chat, it says her last game that she was playing was Phasmophobia. Once again, she's great. Go give her a follow. She deserves it. Also, got to show some love to my boy JDK. JDK right now is streaming. He's streaming the same thing I'm doing. Watching SmackDown. I don't know what he's going to be doing afterwards, but I'm probably going to be sending you over to JDK because, you know, he's one of my trusted. If it comes, whenever it comes out at the end of the year, you know, Twitch emails you, like, you know, people who've been watching you stream the most throughout the year and stuff like that. I guarantee you, when my email comes, it's going to show JDK as number 1, because JDK, he's basically, whenever he's on, I'm watching or I'm lurking. I leave him on throughout the night because he streams well into the morning time here, and I leave him on and I lurk, and he's just one of my favorite people to support. Really good dude. Go ahead and give him a follow. Twitch.tv/Keelys Network. That's KEELYSNETWORK. Go ahead and give him a follow. And she was here earlier. She is still lurking. Go show some love to my friend Mossy B, who is fantastic. I love Mossy. She's just a great person. And I love her voice. She has a great voice. I don't know which way to put it, but it's just a great voice. Go show some love to Mossy B. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoy the streams. I know, like, I am one of the few random people that, when it comes to wrestling content creation, I kind of don't stay in my lane. A lot of people that support me as a content creator because they are content creators themselves and also get support that way. And we end up forming these bonds and these relationships, and a lot of times they don't even care for professional wrestling. And then some of them end up loving professional wrestling for me, which is like the dopest thing. The whole, like, the dopest part of all of this is that people end up finding a love, or at least they're entertained by professional wrestling through what I do. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support. I thank you that you're being here. Right now we're back to the action. LA Knight in a match, a non-title match against Tama Tonga. LA Knight, the U.S. champion,
from Tama Tonga,
leader of the year movement.
The megastar.
Such power by Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga rolled through almost like a modified Falcon Arrow, goes for the pin cover, but only gets a 2 count.
Watch this moments ago, Wade.
Another look at this, about as devastating a clothesline as you will ever witness. As much as can be said for the warped personality of Tama Tonga, utterly devastating in ring, technically proficient.
3 weeks ago was LA Knight, Braun, Strowman, and Jimmy Uso defeating
Tama Tonga staying on the offense,
and then recently
humbling the head and
skull interrupted by Jacob Fatu
of LA Knight.
This is the second reign as U.S. champion for LA Knight, as Tama Tonga just mocking him right now, coming off that
Tama Tonga coming off the second rope with an elbow drop, no water in the pool, nobody there for him. It's just elbow meets canvas. He's not feeling good right now. Shouldn't have been talking shit, as they say. Gets the boot up just in time to create separation. LA Knight counters his punches, ducks the attack, hits him with a couple jabs.
And the crowd loving every moment of it.
Yeah. LA Knight picking up some steam here. Wade Barrett says it has to do with the Kavorka. What exactly is Kavorka? I have no fucking clue, but a scoop up power slam has neutralized Tama Tonga. And Solo Sikoa is not happy. LA Knight, yeah. LA Knight off the ropes, leaping elbow drop on point, pinpoint accuracy. LA Knight is on fire. He's got things well in hand, things controlled, no problem.
He wants to put an end to this.
As quickly as possible, get yourself out of danger with a big W.
Looks like LA Knight's gearing up for that BFT, blunt force trauma. Tama Tonga is able to escape the grips of the BFT. Solo Sikoa tries to get involved. LA Knight saw coming and ducked the attack. This allows Tama Tonga to hit a roll up, but he only gets a 2 count. BFT!
There it is.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, no problem. LA Knight picks up the win. Damn it. Nothing can go right for Solo Sikoa. Dang it. Nothing goes right for Solo Sikoa. Him in his velvet suit.
Between Braun, Strowman, and Jacob Fatu.
Just like that.
That's going to be last man standing later.
3 the hard way, yeah.
Excuse me, Paul. If you don't mind, has CM Punk given you...
Seems about to arrive, and now you're bothering me?
Understood, but I just want to know if CM Punk has given you any indication further about this favor?
No, and I don't know why that he has to give me an indication, because no matter what, why am I telling this to you? Come here. Come here. Look at me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this for the record. CM Punk, I'm on record saying this, okay? No matter what the favor is, my answer is yes. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. So now you can just tell me and get me out of this jam I'm having with my tribal chief. The answer is yes. Any favor you want, the answer is yes. My tribal chief.
My tribal chief.
In Chicago.
That's not the tribal chief. Not the tribal chief. Not the tribal chief. That's more the tribal jester. That's more the tribal jester.
Come on, cheer up. You're not happy to see me? Oh, you were expecting the other Shield guy, right?
The other Shield guy, Dean Ambrose.
You look horrible. You look awful. I've seen you in a bad way before. This might be the worst I've ever seen you. You look like you had a horrible week. I, on the other hand, I had a great week. You see, once I got away from this big CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania celebration, I was able to gain some perspective. I was able to formulate a plan. And you know what I was thinking, though, Paul? This favor thing, man. You really dug yourself into a hole here, huh? But, it kind of affects me, too. So, when Roman does get here, you let me know. Because I want to be present to hear what this favor's going to be, too.
Jesus, criminy Chris.
Put that tear away, pal. It's going to be all right.
Man.
Heyman that he's only going to reveal the favor to Roman's face.
Is Charlotte Flair. Oh, hell. Charlotte Flair, the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship.
The 14-time champ.
The 2025 Royal Rumble winner, 14-time Women's World Champion.
The war of words between WrestleMania foes.
Much like a
is gonna
Flair,
continue.
she collects championships and divorces.
Charlotte
Let's
Flair.
be real here.
Will be face-to-face with Tiffany Stratton. Wade Barrett's going to be the man in the middle of it all. Tiffany and Charlotte next.
Wow. I mean, let's be real here. Charlotte Flair, mean mugging the camera. Lord almighty. Hey, did you guys know I'm on TikTok? I put all the short form content, all the highlights of the streams, I put them on TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok. Everybody likes to mindlessly scroll through TikTok. So, hey, come join me on TikTok. It's a lot of fun. We're doing pretty well on TikTok, not gonna lie. We're doing pretty well on TikTok. Let me check out the numbers here once I get to the thing. We got 1,098 beautiful souls following us on TikTok. Go ahead and join the fun if you want to follow us on TikTok. There it is. That's the link to it. TikTok.com/@ringside_rundown. Throw me a follow. All right, love to have you. And also, if you're watching the stream right now and you're not following the stream, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, what the hell is your problem? You should be subscribed to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel has all the short form content that we put on places like Instagram and TikTok, but it also has every single episode from episode 100 till now of the Ringside Rundown podcast. So make sure you go check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ringsiderunpod. We're actually multi-streaming on YouTube right now. I should check and see if anything's been going down. Oh no, we got a lot of people watching. So thank you to everyone that's been watching on the YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for showing your support. Having a lot of fun here on stream here watching SmackDown. We'll be back tomorrow with another beefy stream. The weekends is for beefy streams. Tomorrow we're gonna be watching Tuesday's NXT episode so I can stay current with NXT, and that'll lead us right into AEW Collision. So hopefully, if you're not too busy, if you're free, you could join me on twitch.tv for that. Ay. Why does my dad send me the weirdest shit? Whoever taught my dad how to send Facebook reels, count your days. Count your days, because this man is on fire with these reels. We're still in commercial break here. Oh, here's that vignette again. I believe it's Aleister Black. Damn it, nothing. They gave us nothing.
It was a split screen. Future Hall of Famer, Royal Rumble winner steamrolled that interview. They're going to be face to face right now.
They gave us nothing. Why do they look like they're matching? Why does it look like they're wearing matching outfits?
Tiffy time in Chicago, but in 15 days, mark your clock, when it's Tiffy time as the champion in Vegas. My broadcast partner, Wade Barrett, gets us set for another showdown between these fiery WrestleMania rivals. Wade, good luck with this.
It kind of looks different, but it's like,
now, due to the heated nature of
it's literally looking in a mirror.
I have been volunteered to moderate this interview. First, please let me welcome the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Hey, it's Tiffy time.
And her WrestleMania opponent.
Why is there a big head baby in the background?
Women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner, 14-time Women's World Champion.
That's power.
Hey, Chicago, what time is it?
Hey.
That was cute.
Okay, Charlotte, I would like to start with you. Now, please give us a little more depth as to why you chose Tiffany Stratton as your WrestleMania 41 opponent. And then also, do you still agree after recent interactions that that was the wise choice?
Well, here we are. She was begging, and I'm the gift that keeps giving. She wanted a moment, and I hadn't done any charity work lately. And every week, that desperation leaks through. No, so you're right. I did make the right choice. You want to know why? Because I wanted to show the smartest wrestling
It's like they're
fans
wearing
in the world
matching
here
pants.
in Chicago that there is no comparison.
Are you done? Wait, did she get her woo in? Listen, Charlotte, your biggest competitor has never been within this ring. Your biggest competitor has been them. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how long you're out for, that's a battle that she'll never win. And you love to put on this facade like nothing gets to you, like you're above everybody else, but then you're crying on some boo-hoo talk show? Which one is it,
wow. Bringing up the talk show
and the
appearance.
saddest part about all of this is no matter how many titles you win, you could break all the records, but when it's all said and done, you'll always come second to your daddy, Ric Flair.
Dang.
And at WrestleMania, you're gonna come second to me, Tiffany Stratton.
Dang.
Do you think you're the first?
Tiffy time.
That's power.
Do you think you're the first opponent?
Tiffany's getting her lick back from last week.
Chicago. Hold on. You have just regurgitated what my last opponents have said the last 10 years. You think you're the first opponent?
They are giving Charlotte the business. Man.
Chicago, Tiffany, and everyone watching at home. If I have to come second.
Charlotte, don't let the crowd get to you. Don't let the crowd get to you. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It doesn't matter if you win 100.
What's the matter, Charlotte? Cat got your tongue?
Oh no, I'm sorry, they're booing so loud. What would you come, guys, what would you like me to say? Man, this is really cool because here's the thing. Tiffany could win.
Listen, Charlotte, just get to your point. Stop letting the crowd get their voices in.
You can go ahead and have the last
Come on, Charlotte. Spit it out, Junior.
Charlotte, at 25 years old, what were you doing? You were trying to become a volleyball player drinking in your daddy's basement.
Ooh.
And what am I doing at 25 years old?
Ooh.
I'm walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion. You say that this is just another match to you? Seems like I've gotten to you, Charlotte. And your WrestleMania record may be 4-3, and you may be the queen inside of the ring, but outside of the ring, you ain't the queen of. What are you saying? I can't hear
What?
you. It's so squeaky.
Oh my God, Charlotte is losing it.
What do you say, Tiffy? And when it's all said and done, you're gonna be just like you are outside of the ring. Alone.
Damn.
What is
That's
that
cold.
record? Like what? 0-3?
Cold.
Woo! Hey, Tiffany, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs?
No, come on, Charlotte.
Sums it up.
Oh my God,
just 2
Lord
weeks.
Almighty, oh
They'll be battling in front of the entire world
Charlotte has
at
lost
WrestleMania
it.
41.
Oh man, that was so fucking bad.
WWE Women's Championship.
That was so
Charlotte and
bad.
Tiffany coming your way in Vegas.
That was, oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to make a major announcement. In conjunction with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, next week, right here on SmackDown, we will present to you a women's tag team gauntlet match featuring teams from both Raw and SmackDown.
Okay.
The winners will face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team championship at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Wow. Women's tag team gauntlet.
I'm trying to see if I can get some sort of
Speaking of tag teams,
protest.
the Street Profits are on top of the world.
What a hot streak they have been on over the past
I'm trying to see if
several weeks
there's
across Europe.
any sort of talk about this segment.
Street Profits, the champs, making their way out to take in the match that'll determine their next major challenge.
They're ready to take on all comers, but two of the best, two former champs go head-to-head next year.
DIY
on
and the
SmackDown
Street
to become
Profits
number
up
one
next.
contenders as the Motor City Machine Guns square off against DIY.
Oh no,
And
the
tonight,
Street
Friday Night
Profits are
SmackDown
just here
presented by
hanging out
Jimmy
tonight.
John's. They're finally here.
It's
in their
Motor
lot.
City Machine
Try
Guns
to do toasted
DIY.
sandwiches at Jimmy John's.
And they're going to be the number one contenders for the tag team championships. I'm assuming that that match will probably be taking place at WrestleMania because they do need to put more matches on the card. That was an interesting segment. Man. Ain't nobody in Charlotte's DMs. Charlotte just threw that out there like, yo. Oh my God. What is going on with Charlotte Flair? That was, oh my God, that was almost as bad as when they had to switch the belts. Just a crazy segment. Man. She said Kaiser was in her DMs, bro. She said Kaiser was in her DMs. I don't think. Oh my God. Thanks for that segment because it's allowing me to get these tweets off. Because holy shit. What a weird fucking segment between Charlotte and Tiffany. Golly, I can't get that off of my mind how weird that segment was. Man. Strange stuff, but thank you guys for watching the stream and hanging out. It's Friday. What is it? Friday, April 4th. Friday, April 4th. 15 days away from WrestleMania. Just checking the Discord really quickly. Motor City Machine Guns are in the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a WWE Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. Introducing first, with a combined weight of 412 pounds, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin,
I can't believe I called Chris Sabin Nick Sabin.
Sabin and Shelley, they're closing in on their goal, but to get there, they have to face a team that's been their chief obstacle time and again. And the goal? Those guys, the Street Profits. Says, and Dawkins sitting back.
Imagine just being that random dude just sitting there enjoying the show. And then they're like, oh, well, we're going to have the Street Profits sit right here.
And this tag team, several times since January, you know, these two teams want to get back to the gold ASAP. Well, they get their opportunity.
Here's DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, former WWE Tag Team Champions, taking on former WWE Tag Team Champions in the Motor City Machine Guns. Once again, this is a #1 contendership match, which I'm assuming the reward for the winner comes at WrestleMania for the Tag Team Championships.
Off DIY. That was a sensational battle, but now Gargano and Ciampa in this spot to work their way back. Here we go. Good tag
Looks like we're starting off Chris Sabin with the Johnny Gargano.
And so red hot. #1 contenders match to face the
collar and elbow tie-up. Sabin takes control with the double wrist lock.
Competitive division. All teams
Gargano switches the wrist lock into his own double wrist lock.
Friday Night Smackdown presented by Jimmy John's. They're finally here. They're hot. Try the new toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. You can order one today.
And these two teams, of course, both held the goal within the past several months. Such has been the chaotic nature of this division. There have also been close friends.
Tommaso Ciampa gets tagged in and gets an arm drag from Sabin.
DIY low-blowed the Motor City Machine Guns back in December and claimed gold from them.
Yeah, the betrayal with Johnny Gargano. Third time these teams have met for the WWE Tag Team titles. Of course, the current champions played a huge
shoulder
role
block from Motor City Machine Guns. Double tag team maneuver on Johnny Gargano. Neutralizes Gargano.
2 out of 3 falls match weight.
Reversal of the whip, a do-si-do, ducks under the attack, another duck under the attack, and the Motor City Machine Guns come out on top.
Screwed out of their tag title reign and multiple opportunities since, due to the rampant disorder that has been the SmackDown tag ranks. Well, now's the time to get back on track.
Tommaso Ciampa getting his skull bashed in by Alex Shelley. Johnny Gargano tries to help out and gets double accent for his troubles. Tommaso Ciampa gets dumped to the outside of the ring. Baseball slide from Shelley. Tommaso Ciampa running away. Gargano gets tagged in from Ciampa. And Gargano hit Shelley with that slingshot spear.
Johnny Gargano.
Nicely done.
This is
we're in picture-in-picture. Blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to that advertisement. Picture-in-picture, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Gargano putting the boots to Alex Shelley, then distracting the referee, allowing extra damage to be inflicted by Tommaso Ciampa from the outside. Gargano tags in Ciampa. Alex Shelley needs to get a tag to his partner in the worst way. Oh, running knee smash from Ciampa. Jesus. That was vicious. Almost as vicious as the latest episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast, which you can check out there. That, my friends, is a Spotify link. But don't worry, if you listen to podcasts on a different platform, I can guarantee you that the Ringside Rundown is there. All you got to do is search Ringside Rundown podcast in your platform of choice. Hit that subscribe button or the follow button, and you'll be able to catch every episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. You will be notified every time a new episode is uploaded. And we upload an episode every Wednesday. And for those of you that don't know, we do it differently than most wrestling podcasts. We don't just strictly do reviews and all that. Sometimes we do predictions and we do reviews of PLEs and pay-per-views. But most of the time, what we do on the show is answer questions that are sent in by you guys, the listeners, the people that are actually taking the time to listen to the show. We actually format it so we answer your questions, whether it's questions about WWE, whether you have questions about AEW, or if you like any other form of professional wrestling and you want to voice your opinion upon that. That's how we formulate the podcast, and it's been doing very well. We've been doing the podcast since June of 2021, and we have no intentions of stopping. So definitely check out the podcast and figure out a way where you can get involved. If you have a question or comment about professional wrestling that you would like to have voiced on the podcast, keep in contact with us. You can check out all of our links there if it pops up. My link command for some reason on this button does not fucking work. Every single time. I don't get it. It's the links command that doesn't work. It just doesn't want to freaking work. I don't know why that is. I'm going to figure it out why I can right now because it's pissing me off. It should be working. Nope, still didn't work. That's okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete it and then re-add it if I could. Fucking, let's get the audio back from the show.
With you here in Chicago. This is the #1 contender match. WWE Tag Team Championship opportunity awaits off the top rope. Cross body. Good work by Chris Sabin.
Well, it was about 5 minutes straight of abuse on poor Alex Shelley, who finally got his way over to that tag and got in the fresh Chris Sabin, and the complexion of the match completely changed.
Taking on both members of DIY by himself.
Ciampa and Gargano.
Well, when your tag team partner has taken the kind of beating Shelley has already absorbed, you kind of know the deal. You might have to do this on your own. Although Shelley seemingly back in the mix already.
You saw the champs looking on. 5 hold to the outside.
Sabin with the dive to the outside.
Are the prize for these two former tag team championship teams, DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Motor City Machine Guns, just innovators of that modern cruiserweight style.
Let's see if it works now.
The locker room today had studied for years before they
there it is.
On SmackDown.
There's the links command that is working. If you need a bunch of places to find Ringside Rundown content, there it is. That's our link tree that has all of the platforms that the podcast is on. And all of anything that is Ringside Rundown related, any sort of website link is available right there. So definitely check that out when you get a chance.
They have never experienced anything quite as chaotic as the tag ranks here, as you can see.
Oh man, Johnny Gargano breaking up what could have been a skull
Sabin gets locked up on the top turnbuckle. Oh, the pad came off too. I wonder if that's going to play effect into the match.
The turnbuckle got ripped off.
Well, that's
the turnbuckle pad got ripped off.
is completely off.
Oh,
and it's an exposed top turnbuckle. Oh, he tries to ram his head right into
well,
it.
You could see what Ciampa was doing with that high ring.
Saban with the roll-up. Only gets a 2 count. Knee strike from Tommaso Ciampa.
Trying to use that exposed turnbuckle.
Picks him up. Project Ciampa.
Knees right to the lower back. Hooks the leg for the win.
And he kicks out at 2. Kicked out of Project Ciampa.
Chris Sabin after that connection from Project Ciampa that he's won countless matches with, both here and on NXT.
Going for that modified fairy tale ending. That should be it right there.
For the win.
Alex Shelley breaks up the pin attempt.
Alex Shelley, fairy tale ending to a nightmare for DIY.
We're seeing the greatest hits of DIY right now, but it's not been enough thus far to put away the Motor City Machine Guns and claim that #1 contender spot. Although surely the end is nigh, Joe.
Looks like DIY is going for meet me in the middle, and nobody's there.
Ciampa with the switch.
I don't know how Chris Sabin is still standing at this point.
Uncanny ability to go 2-on-1 and take advantage. And now lining up the face on the
there it is.
What a beauty. Right
Tandem offense. Classic offense from the Motor City Machine Guns. Looks like they're going for Skull and Bones. Whoa. Shelley took a big spill off the top.
Ciampa utilizing the ropes.
Ciampa cheating. Ciampa cheater.
Charles Robinson, you don't get much past
Referee says no.
Worth a try at least.
Going into the corner.
Oh! Ciampa hit the turnbuckle. Oh, wow, it did come into play. It did come into play. Looks like the Motor City Machine Guns are the #1 contenders.
The Ciampa's skull rattled off that exposed turnbuckle. Let's take another look at how this went down. This is where Ciampa thought he pulled the wool over Charles Robinson's eyes. Charles Robinson too smart, but here's where it went wrong. Face first into the exposed turnbuckle. A tight high pin by Chris Sabin. We have new #1 contenders, and the Motor City Machine Guns have got eyes on the champ, the Street Profits.
Look at that scene. The champs sit front row holding up their gold. The #1 contenders are defined. Motor City Machine Guns.
Opportunity that's presented to you. Unlike these guys, who last week in their home country had a title shot and lost. Pretty deadly, more like pretty useless.
Imagine getting an opportunity, finally, and fumbling at the 1-yard line. I mean, are you guys a tag team or are you Chicago Bears?
Either way, both a joke.
Oh, we're a joke, huh? Well, we've got jokes, haven't we? Here's a joke for you. The Marine 3.
Yeah, good
Wow.
Let me go. The Marine 4.
The Marine 5.
At least the Marine was made 6 times. How's your musical?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned the musical, actually. We just got finished writing a song, and you would love it. It's about a character who hasn't been awesome for at least 10 years, if they ever was. And what did we name the track? I was The Miz.
The Miz. I'm a 9-time tag team champion. How many titles have you won?
9 times. How many partners is that, Miz?
Yeah. You've had so many partners, and now you're here with a younger, hotter model. You're basically the Leonardo DiCaprio of tag team wrestling.
Wow.
Which leaves me standing here, Mello, wondering why you're so happy being relegated to The Miz. Icing on the cake, Elton. Icing on the cake. They're not even a real tag team.
No, they're not.
Understand that we are mellow, don't Miz.
And you two couldn't beat us on our worst day.
Because we are us. Him. We're working on it.
Oh, yeah, work on that.
Remember,
Work on that. That needs a little bit of work.
Who will be the last man standing? #1 contender match for LA Knight's United States Championship. Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu for a spot at WrestleMania. That's coming up.
Be fabulous.
B-Fab taking on Naomi tonight. Wonder if we're gonna get a new presentation, new entrance for Naomi now that she's dangerous. She's bad news.
From Canton, Ohio,
With support from Meechin by her sideway. Remember recently she was expressing support for Jade Cargill, and by doing that she paid the price for the brutal attack from Naomi.
Yeah, that was last week in London. B-Fab got dropped from behind. She gets a little chance at some vengeance here next on SmackDown as she goes head-to-head with last week's attacker, Naomi. And that is coming up next.
All right. Excuse me. Got a little tickle in my throat. I really don't have anything else to promote, really. Now that I figured out that links command, I got that working. Everything's working good there. I'm glad to get that working. Let me make sure everything else works. Here's a link, a Spotify link to the podcast directly if you want to subscribe to the podcast there. Or, like I said, the best place to do so is on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, please. YouTube.com /@ringsiderunpod is where you can find all episodes of the podcast. It's updated too. I remember to update it. I didn't slack this time, guys. Everybody's still talking about that segment. Damn. Can't even retweet good ones because they're private. Do you think Tiffany went to Kaiser and was like, let me see your DMs right now? I'm tweeting that. That shit was catty. And I think that's why everybody's talking about it, because we've all been in some catty stuff before. It's not anything new. We've all been in some catty, petty bullshit. And I think Charlotte was just so overwhelmed by the fact that she couldn't do her job and talk in that promo because Tiffany was dog walking her and the crowd wasn't letting her have it, that she was thinking on her feet. She was thinking of something. However, I don't know if that Kaiser in my DMs line went over as well as she thought it did. Because I don't know, man. That was crazy. Women are crazy.
There's BFAB a couple weeks
BFAB
ago.
in
She
the
didn't
ring.
hesitate in taking on Charlotte Flair.
Go to see
Tonight,
if there's
stepping
a
up
new
with a challenge
presentation for
that comes with
Naomi.
perhaps a little more emotion attached to it. Out for revenge against Naomi.
Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like the same.
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill
Beating down
doesn't give a shit about what Naomi's got going on.
Cargill herself was jumped and smashed onto our announce table by Naomi.
Oh, man.
Gets a little modicum of vengeance there.
They're struggling to hold her back.
That is a highly agitated.
Why haven't they announced Jade Cargill and Naomi at WrestleMania? I think that would be a banger WrestleMania announcement. Uh-oh. BFAB taking advantage. BFAB, you should have stayed on her, though. Nice clothesline. Follows it up with a secondary clothesline, equally as nice. Naomi thrown in the corner, throws a boot up, but BFAB catches it. Bounces Naomi's head off the turnbuckle. Throws it to the opposite end. Follows it up with that leg lariat. Very nicely done. BFAB on a roll.
And she knows how to use them.
Jesus Christ.
What a hot start from
Fuck you,
BFAB, who
Mike.
has been doing additional training
That was
at the
crazy.
Dungeon Training School. from
God
legendary
damn.
Natalia and Tyson Kidd. And boy, oh boy.
Thank you
is
for
it
the
paying
bits,
off.
Mike. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a fun evening. You're missing one hell of an episode of SmackDown. Let me tell you, one hell of an episode of SmackDown, my friend. You are missing a good one.
Well, BFAB told me before she
BFAB, modified Uranagi.
for the win.
Naomi kicks out.
Playbook of
Once again,
BFAB
Mike,
gets
thank you for
deeper
those
and
bits,
deeper
man. I
by the week.
appreciate
This
it.
is a woman who hasn't had too many opportunities, but every one she's had.
But
of
that
late,
was
she has
loud as
impressed. We mentioned
shit.
the matchup several weeks
Anyway,
ago.
right now we got BFAB in the ring with Naomi.
She's doing the same here.
My event just
More
ended.
than
Now
the
I
same
gotta
back
drive home, but wanted to
against
check in
Naomi.
before I started
Well, she's
driving.
in a very
Hope to catch
compromised
SmackDown
position,
tomorrow.
though.
SmackDown so
With her
far
legs
has
sprung
been
up over that
very,
top rope,
very
and now
good.
Naomi is going to hang her.
The talk of the internet right now is the Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair segment, and they're talking about it because it was so bad. It wasn't. Charlotte looked very, very bad. The segment wasn't bad. Like, Tiffany's performance wasn't bad. Nice move there from Naomi. Like an arm capture, knee driver. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. It looked nice. Anyway.
Well, surely mentally
So far, the segment you want to look out for is the Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair segment. That is going to crack you up. You are going to have a hoot and a holler watching that tomorrow.
Arsenal ahead of what is surely an inevitable clash with Jade Cargill.
Where you at,
Can't wait to see. Yeah, it was a train wreck solely driven by Charlotte Flair as Jade Cargill resurfaces and she continues to beat the shit out of Naomi. Except security won't let her finish the job. That's a fine. That's a fine. That's a fine. That's definitely a fine. Oh, most certainly a fine right there. Jade Cargill is going to be paying a lot of money.
On the line, protected Naomi, but I think.
Okay, all right, ladies. I have had just about enough of this, and I can see that there is really only one solution.
Make the match.
And that solution is this. Naomi will go one-on-one with Jade Cargill at WrestleMania.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's do it.
See, that's what I said. I said that would be a great match at WrestleMania. Finally, a match for the women that doesn't have to be centered around the title. This is bad blood. Bad blood. So I can't wait for this one. This was already piqued my interest more than Tiffany and Charlotte.
We'll see them in Vegas.
Drew McIntyre, the victim. No holes in your logic, right? WrestleMania 40. You had your moment. But your weird obsession took you to CM Punk. And he ended up clowning your ass. I did my job as Senor Money in the Bank. I cashed in and became world champion at WrestleMania. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Clash at the Castle. It should have been about us. But this weird obsession you couldn't let go of, it followed you. I did my job and remained world heavyweight champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Money in the Bank. You should have been focused on the moment. You tried to cash in, but your baggage, once again, followed you. I remain champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain. Right? Rumble, Chamber, I eliminated you from both. Plain and simple. Then you attacked me like a coward, and you cost me my shot at main eventing WrestleMania. You know what you are, Drew? You're a hypocrite. You make excuses, you bitch and complain, and you point your finger at everybody else other than yourself. I know what you are, Drew. You're a junkie. You get off on this high from telling stupid-ass jokes every week for a cheap-ass pop, and you play the victim every damn week. You don't have to paint me as the villain of your story anymore. I am your villain. The time to pray is now, Drew. No looking for me in the shadows. Look for me in the middle of the ring next week, face to face, eye to eye, because I want you to stop playing the victim and become my victim at WrestleMania.
Okay. Okay.
Fired up Damian Priest. And from that to the complexities of Kevin Owens, they have been countless in recent months. What will Kevin Owens have to say now?
Something's been going on with Kevin Owens and his match at WrestleMania. I don't know the semantics or the real what's been going on. This is the most I've been paying to social media, most attention I've been paying to social media in a very, very long time. So I really haven't been keeping up with what's the knowing, but something's up with Kevin Owens' match at WrestleMania, apparently. I don't know. I don't know. But again, once again, everybody's probably talking about that Charlotte Flair Tiffany Stratton segment. Rey Fenix had a fantastic debut. A little clunky, I'm not going to lie, but it was still a fun debut for Rey Fenix. His presentation, they really knocked it out of the park with his presentation. I felt like Def Rebel and everybody else that was involved in that presentation was just like, don't screw this up. This has to be a big deal. So I think they did a very good job. Just keeping up with social media. Everybody seems to be happy about the announcement of Naomi and Jade Cargill. I'm going to keep promoting it till I'm blue in the face. Check out the latest episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. That episode is Shay and I giving our predictions for the AEW pay-per-view this Sunday. AEW pay-per-view this Sunday. AEW Dynasty. If you don't feel like spending $50 on a pay-per-view and you don't feel like watching a pay-per-view by yourself, it is going to be available for all Twitch subs and Twitch moderators. So, take advantage of that. It is there for you to take advantage. We would love to have you in Discord watching AEW Dynamite with us. It's always a good time. We talk in the chat, you know, we post gifts, we have fun, we make jokes, and again, even if the pay-per-view sucks, it's always nicer to watch it amongst friends, you know? I think Mike is going to be here Sunday for the pay-per-view. I don't know if Jeff will be available. Jeff sometimes hangs out with us and watches the pay-per-views. Anubis will most likely be there. Hey, it's more Triple H Love Fest for his induction into the Hall of Fame. Now they're talking about the creation of Legacy, or not Legacy, Evolution rather. Legacy was the group that was fronted by Orton. Orton was in Evolution. I sometimes get my brain, you know, gets these things mixed up. Sorry. All right, Nick Aldis is in the middle of the ring.
This is a part of my job that, frankly, is not very fun. In this industry, there's a fine line between coming back next week like everything's fine and finding out that potentially you may never set foot in this ring again.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's a cliche, but there's a reason that we say don't try this at home. I don't want to say much more because I'd rather you hear it from the man himself. But ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Kevin Owens.
Ominous warning from GM Nick Aldis. KO looking bitter and dejected, but that has been his demeanor of late. It's very hard to get a read on KO at the best of times.
All right, let's see what KO has to say. This is not good, man. This seems very sad. This seems very sad. I don't like this.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I think I can say confidently that for those 25 years, I really gave everything I had every time I stepped foot in this ring. And in those 25 years, because of this industry, I've gotten to live incredible things and experience things I'll never forget. I've had the chance to take care of my family in a way that I could have only dreamed of. But there's a price to pay for that amazing opportunity, and that's the toll it takes on our bodies. Every single guy and girl back there has paid that price at different times, and now it seems like it's my turn. because the reality is, for the last 4 months or so, I've been dealing with a pretty serious neck injury. And we didn't know what it was. We didn't really know how serious it was. Thankfully, this week, we managed to figure it out, and now I have to go get neck surgery.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm gonna do. And the timing couldn't be worse, because let me tell you, not getting to be in the ring with Randy Orton at WrestleMania really sucks.
Yeah, wow.
And,
what a bummer.
I'm really thankful for WWE.
Wow,
for
man.
I'm here in front of you guys and telling you all that, because the truth is, I don't know when I'll have the privilege to be in front of you guys again.
What?
What I do know is
this sucks.
The last few years I've learned not to take anything for granted, and I will never take this for granted. So,
damn, man, what a
now,
bummer.
I want to say thank you, and I'm sorry, guys. Thank you.
Damn, this is an interesting moment. How is Randy going to react? Is he going to have sympathy for Kevin? He can have some sympathy. And he's been in the same exact situation. He's been in the same exact situation with neck injuries and things like that, so he knows how it goes. And career-threatening injuries, and certainly a neck surgery is a pretty serious deal. So all the best to KO, of course. But fuck, man, what a bummer. I was actually looking forward to the match.
That explosive return to the ring we saw in Toronto at Elimination Chamber. The heated exchanges, and now the news that Kevin Owens just delivered here in Chicago. That they'll be unable to meet in the ring at WrestleMania.
Damn, man.
Professional level of respect there from Randy Orton to a fellow competitor in Kevin Owens, despite the fact that he may be burning with hatred. What's KO doing?
Said I gave everything for 25 years, but I have a severe neck injury. Surgery is needed, and KO says he doesn't know when he'll be back again.
So what's Randy going to do at WrestleMania? I mean, he can't just miss WrestleMania because of that.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, and there's no easy way to say it, but I'm afraid that means that you no longer have a match for WrestleMania.
Man, this is crazy. Call somebody. Batista.
Oh, no!
Nick Aldis.
Those voices in his head. RKOing the SmackDown general manager.
I don't think he was supposed to do that.
The Piper of old.
Man.
Reacting to the news.
Jesus.
What a devastating blow. of course, for KO, but indeed, too, for Randy Orton, who at this point in his career does not want to miss a single WrestleMania.
Yeah, for real. That's a very good point made by Wade. How many more WrestleManias does Randy Orton have in his career? We don't really know. He might not have very many left. Damn. And we're going to commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Again, sad news is Kevin Owens is going to need some neck surgery, and he will not be able to compete at WrestleMania against Randy Orton. And not only that, but Nick Aldis drops the news that since Kevin Owens can no longer compete at WrestleMania, thus canceling their match, that means that Randy Orton at this current time does not have a match at WrestleMania. I saw somebody make the idea that, you know, that'll be a good time to re-debut Aleister Black. I think that's a good idea. I'm not mad at that idea. I think that's a great course of action, a nice way to reintroduce him to the WWE universe. But man, sucks for Kevin Owens. Bummer. Everybody's saying Nick Aldis. Yeah, give Nick Aldis a WrestleMania match against Randy Orton. I think that'll be fun. A WrestleMania level that's kind of dangerous. But still in commercial break. Tomorrow I'll be here 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be starting off the stream watching NXT from this past Tuesday, so I can keep current with what's going on in NXT, and that'll lead us right into the 8 o'clock hour, which is AEW Collision. It is the last AEW show before the AEW Dynasty pay-per-view. And as I've been saying, if you're a Twitch sub, you also get access to watch the AEW Dynasty pay-per-view. So if you want to watch the pay-per-view, don't feel like spending $50 on it, and don't feel like watching the pay-per-view by yourself, consider coming and hanging out with us in Discord for the price of $5.99 American, $8.95 Canadian, £6.49 in the UK. They're showing some sort of Snickers doohickey. Oh, the first WrestleMania in 1985. I wasn't even around. I was barely even thought of, probably. All right, enough with the commercial breaks. Let's get back. I really want to know. They're going to say what the favor is that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk, so I'm really interested in that. That's still to come.
Last man standing match. The winner will earn a United States Championship match at WrestleMania. In this match, there are no countouts, no disqualifications, no pinfalls, and no submissions. The only way to win is to incapacitate your opponent until he cannot answer.
I wonder how long this match is going to be around. They still have to do the segment with Punk, Rollins, and Reigns.
Introducing first, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu!
Post to post, coast to coast. I'm going to be here. I love that shirt.
When this man
That's a
comes
cool
out,
shirt.
The temp rises, the clouds gather, the conditions become severe.
That's a cool shirt.
Talk about an aura, perhaps the most terrifying man I have been in the presence of in my entire time in this industry, and that is quite the statement. The stuff of nightmares. Man used to flattening his prey, and that being the end of it, it's simply not that easy.
I gotta
when
take
you
my
are
medicine,
dealing with a
ladies and
monster
gentlemen.
like
Don't get mad.
Strowman, and
This is
that
prescribed
has
medicine.
highly agitated Fatu.
Doctor.
WrestleMania is presented by Snickers. Snickers. Satisfied. And by WWE 2K25, available now, bringing you unique opportunity to rewrite Bloodline family history in 2K Showcase.
Crowd is
The
loving
Bloodline's
Jacob
Dynasty
Fatu.
Plus intergender battles and more game-changing updates. Weight, he's 385 pounds of absolute
I would have
power,
had Braun
and as
Strowman
your
come out before
night-drinking,
Jacob Fatu.
peony, jersey-wearing friend from Indianapolis would say, that makes him
one big SOB!
And his opponent, weighing in at 355 pounds, Braun Strowman!
Uh-oh, they're starting off early. Here we go. Jacob Fatu met Braun Strowman on the rampway.
comes out to meet the monster.
And now they're banging it out already on.
Clash of the Titans here.
I hope Jacob's not already hurt.
This is 3 for the price of 1 for these two tonight. Destroy your most hated rival, earn a U.S. title match, and book your ticket for WrestleMania 41. Neither man.
This is a
can
number
afford
one
to lose
contendership
this
match.
You can already see
Whoever
Fatu
wins this
favoring
match
that
faces
leg
LA Knight
from
at
the early
WrestleMania.
impact of Strowman as Fatu
Super
now
kick from
with the big
Fatu.
super kick, and looks to generate some offense as he
Running
does. Now, what's
clothesline
interesting,
takes Braun
is that
Strowman off his
Strowman
feet.
has never lost a last man standing match, and he's been in with some of the best. Kane, Roman Reigns, he's been in with some of the best. We saw him this fall doing it.
Yeah, if there's ever been someone who has a match there,
Jacob Fatu tried to go for the top rope. Braun Strowman cut him off there.
Matches. I love Jacob Fatu. You rarely see him come close to losing a match, but I almost can't see how he wins this one.
Another super kick. Still doesn't take Braun off his feet.
Was able to counter and now
Running back elbow. That does it.
Already have taken major chunks.
Double jump, moonsault.
Right to it with the jump up moonsault from Fatu.
Well, that would definitely.
He's not done. He might as well go for another one. Double jump, moonsault. Boom.
With the jump up moonsault.
This will definitely incapacitate your opponent.
Your opponent to the point where they cannot get up before the referee reaches a count of 10.
Referee up to 4. Uh-oh.
Is that 7?
Oh, this might be a world record. Oh.
And Strowman,
he's up to his feet. He rolled
Big
out of the
start
ring.
Early on from Jacob Fatu.
And that's how he
Last
stayed
man
up on
standing.
his feet. And we're going to picture-in-picture. We're in a picture-in-picture right now, so this is my opportunity to do my shitty commentary. Right now, both men are on the outside of the ring by the commentary's desk. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman battling it out. Attack for attack, shot for shot. Braun Strowman keeps throwing Jacob into the steel steps, and Jacob Fatu keeps banging on his leg. Jacob Fatu just caught a steel steps to the skull twice. Let's see if that puts him down for 10. Braun Strowman very satisfied with his handiwork. Referee up to 5. Jacob Fatu just getting to his knees. Finally getting to both feet. Braun Strowman jumps off the steel steps with the double axe handle. Threw him into the prime display, so nobody getting a bottle of prime. Nobody getting a bottle of prime. Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore got the hell up out of there. They say, you're not going to put me in the middle of this damage. Braun Strowman removes the cowl of the announcer's desk and smashes it in the face of Jacob Fatu. Golly. Do it again. Fuck it. Do it again. Takes the cowl of the announce desk and drives it to the back of Jacob Fatu. Once again, if you're watching at home and don't know, this is a last man standing match. The rules of a last man standing match is basically you get to beat down your opponent, and your opponent has 10 seconds to answer the referee. But if they don't get up to their feet in 10 seconds, the match is over. And this is a number one contendership match. A number one contendership match for what title, you say? The U.S. title currently held by LA Knight. Whoever wins this match meets LA Knight at WrestleMania for the United States Championship, as Jacob Fatu finally turns the tables and runs Braun Strowman into the steel steps, leg first. Strowman down, referee count at 4, now at 5, and Braun Strowman still isn't onto his feet. Better get up, big man. Better get up. He does so. Jacob Fatu hits him with a super kick to the side of the head. Jacob Fatu rolls him in the ring. Back to the action.
Here in Chicago, in front of a sellout crowd, over 16,000 at the Allstate Arena, just 15 days away from WrestleMania 41, and this match to determine who will have a title shot there. Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, last man standing to be the #1 contender and face LA Knight for the U.S. Championship in Vegas. And remember the rules of engagement here. You got to try to incapacitate your opponent where they cannot beat the ref's 10 count. Oh, the crowd's
wanting a table. You know the crowd wants a table. Braun Strowman is going to oblige.
Anything goes. No pinfall submissions, DQs, or countouts, and tables are welcome.
We've seen a million tables while I was playing 2K25.
Oh, big right hand.
What else have you got in the arsenal, Braun? You feel like one major hit here, and it's over for Fatu. And Strowman is going to WrestleMania to challenge LA Knight.
Strowman is set.
I think it's going to be a big night for Jacob Fatu.
Not in great shape, but the super kick helps.
This might be Strowman about to fall on his own sword.
Ooh.
Big boot. And as Fatu goes down. Last week was Fatu who interrupted Strowman's U.S. title match against LA Knight. These two have been heated non-stop for months now. Brutal matches, DQs, beatdowns, everywhere you look. Oh, and Strowman
goes over the top.
Leaning up
Jacob
against
Fatu
our
low
announcer.
bridge the ropes. Jacob Fatu ahead of steam. Holy shit.
And the monster is laid out on the floor over the desk.
Oh, Fatu also taking an incredibly heavy landing, but he's up first.
And remember, gotta beat the count of 10. It's last man standing to get a title match at WrestleMania.
No one knows that better than Braun Strowman, the absolute master.
Braun Strowman's back to his feet, so the match continues.
Braun Strowman's never lost a last man standing match. Fatu runs him right into the post.
Yeah, he's never had an opponent like Jacob Fatu, however. That is the caveat to that claim.
Strowman draped over the barrier. Fatu's running full charge.
Oh, shit!
A steel chair!
He
Right
just-
to the head of Fatu!
Fatu just baited in by Braun.
Oh, that was so
Strowman, who
good.
knows this
That
game
was so
better
good.
than anybody. And how the hell Jacob Fatu at full speed is stirring already.
Uh-oh, Strowman train.
Strowman Express!
Oh!
You gotta be kidding
Hello.
me. Oh my! Both men are
One.
laid out.
Two.
Might get to 10.
They better get up to 10. We don't need another triple threat match at WrestleMania. I'm serious. We don't need another triple threat match.
Wait. Momentum crashing through the barrier.
How can you possibly have your faculties or physical control after that car crash?
Oh, they're up.
Nine, both men to their feet. This is outrageous. Last man standing, Fatu and Strowman.
They got a lot of commercial breaks in this one, ladies and gentlemen. They're letting it go. I've been promoting the podcast way enough. Do me a favor, guys. Check out our TikTok. If you want to see all of the short form content, we're over on TikTok. Throw us a follow. Would love to have you there. Check out all the short form content. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And also, come hang out with us in Discord if you want a safe, positive, non-judgmental wrestling community where you can talk about whether it's WWE, AEW. Don't worry, nobody's going to judge you for your wrestling fandom or your wrestling knowledge, whether you're a new fan or you're a hardcore fan. And the best part about it is no one's going to troll you and try to farm engagement off of you or anything like that. It's just a place where we hang out. Also, that's where we watch wrestling. For example, this Sunday is the AEW Dynasty pay-per-view. I will be streaming it and watching it in Discord with the other Twitch subs and Twitch moderators. So please, if you are looking for a place to come watch the pay-per-view and don't want to watch it alone, rather come watch it with some internet friends, you can come join us in Discord. All you got to do is subscribe to the Twitch channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. $5.99 American, $8.95 Canadian, £6 and 49 pence. UK. I don't know if it's what's the yen. If you can, I think you can sub to Twitch if you live in China. I think so. Can you sub to Twitch if you live in China? Oh, I didn't know that. Apparently Twitch is blocked by the Chinese government. I didn't know that. Twitch is blocked by the Chinese government, so no Twitch in China. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. I was about to use the whatever the currency exchange for yen. Leroy's out there going crazy. You guys can't hear him, but he's going crazy.
It has been better than
Damn, they're in the crowd
last
now.
Man standing to earn a championship match against LA Knight at WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's been in complete control the last 3 or 4 minutes, attacking Fatu with steel chairs, and now it's got him up on top of the crate. He is up high atop the crate at the edge of that lower bowl.
Strowman may be unbeatable in this kind of matchup.
No! Suplex from there!
Oh, shit.
Can you believe what
That was
we're
a
witnessing
deep
in
suplex.
Chicago? They can't. Nobody can. Being bounced in. Last standing.
Looks like it.
They're going to make this a triple threat match.
Jacob Fatu, and the count is getting high.
Get up.
They gotta get up here.
Get up. Oh, they both got up. They're still going. Oh, wow. Strowman's got a gash on his tricep area.
From extreme height through our set.
That was crazy.
Somehow, some way, making it back to their feet.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
And this matchup with these two competitors, after what we've seen, may well go on all night. I cannot see either man staying down for the count.
They both are struggling to stay up on their feet. I don't know if Fatu even knows where he is. Strowman's limping badly on that left leg. Both men are damaged.
Strowman promised me earlier today that he had a silver bullet for this Samoan werewolf. He connects with one of his big hitters with the power slam. He believes.
Who's she counting?
Jacob Fatu will be
Jacob
down for
Fatu
the
is
count.
down.
Although after the amount of abuse already absorbed by the Samoan.
Jacob Fatu rolls in the ring. Oh, fuck. He just threw his body into him. He just literally just threw his body into him.
This may be it. They are wrapped up in a broken table. Ten count pending.
It's over.
It's over. It's
Jacob
over.
Fatu.
It's over.
Jacob Fatu got to his feet first.
And the last man standing, Jacob!
So it's Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, WrestleMania.
That shattered table taco that Strowman could not unearth himself from.
The impossible was possible tonight.
This is nuts.
After all this chaos,
What a suplex.
and destruction, Jacob Fatu has
That
done
was just, it looks better from that angle. I wish they would have caught that angle first.
Look at how the table was just wrapped around Strowman like a shell, and he couldn't beat the 10 count.
And the legend of Jacob Fatu, this cold, violent barbarian, grows further by the week. Jacob Fatu is heading to WrestleMania to challenge the United States champion, LA Knight.
Wade, that was too good. That was just too good.
I don't think I can take something like that every week. We'll take a look at what transpired between Cody Rhodes.
I just got home and checked on Twitter about that segment. Wow, they're saying both Tiffy and Charlotte went off script in the promo. I read that actually. I just read that tweet that shows that it says that they went off script.
WrestleMania after parties.
It was Charlotte. It was Charlotte. If there's anybody to blame as to why that segment was a train wreck, it was Charlotte. Charlotte, Charlotte, Charlotte. All Charlotte's fault. Okay.
Do not miss that.
Some Stone Cold lines in there. None of it made sense because, like, it was very reminiscent, and I said this on Twitter. It was very reminiscent of that one time that Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch had to trade off championship belts in that one segment, and Charlotte just kind of threw the title, in disgust because she's a petulant child almost. It was very reminiscent of that. And it just leads me to believe that Charlotte can't be professional enough that when she's being upstaged in the ring, then she has to figure out some way to say something completely obnoxious and completely stupid. It's just, I don't want to spoil it because you haven't seen it yet. When you see it, you're just gonna be like, ugh. It was a catty, petty mess. It was just a catty, petty mess. But other news, later on in just a little bit when they come back from commercial break, apparently we're going to hear what the favor is that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk. We're going to finally figure out what the favor is that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk. Rey Fenix wins his debut match here in the WWE. He took on one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions in Nathan Frazer, and he won his debut match. Again, it was an okay match. It wasn't perfect. It had a little bit of a clunkiness to it, but it still was pretty good. I was more interested in the presentation of Rey Fenix, to be honest with you. I knew the match was going to be fine, but I was more interested in the presentation of Phoenix, and Phoenix's presentation is just as good. Phoenix's presentation is just as good as they did with Penta. I think it was phenomenal. The Motor City Machine Guns took on DIY, and in that match, it was for #1 contendership, so you definitely want to check that out. I think I'll just tune in for the end then. You sold me? Well, I don't want to sell you a bag of goods, all right? But this is how it broke down. All right, CM Punk opens the show because they're in Chicago, and CM Punk basically tells Paul Heyman, when the Tribal Chief shows up, then I want to see you guys because I want both of you guys there so we can discuss this whole favor situation. So then Paul Heyman thinks Roman Reigns showed up, but it actually ends up being Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns still technically hasn't shown up, or they haven't shown him on the TV, which is kind of crazy that you could just show up for work basically whenever you want to. In this case, like 20 minutes before the show is over, you're going to show up for work. I got the audio on mute, so it's not spoiling any of the matches for you, Mike, because I know you want to see this tomorrow when you have the opportunity, so I have it on mute. But it ended up being Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins is here. Seth Rollins is also going to be in the building finding out what that favor that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk. And we should be getting to that in just a little bit, I think. I thought the last man standing match was going to go a little bit longer. But it just ended. Jacob Fatu defeating Braun Strowman in the last man standing. Hate to spoil that for you, Mike, but I got to do my job here as a streamer. I got to do my job as a streamer, and whoever else is watching got to let them know what's been going on. Right now, they're just showing a recap of Monday Night Raw and the segment between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. The war of words that those two had, that was a lot of fun. Toasty indeed. I gotta say, WrestleMania is shaping up to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for WrestleMania. It looks like it's gonna be a fun show. And I can't wait to it'll be my first Mania where I'm doing a live watch along. So that should be fun. I'm sure we're gonna get a bunch of people in the chat that day asking us why we're not showing WrestleMania on screen. And I have to explain that is technically against the rules. I can't do that. I'm not allowed. But I'm pretty sure like 10, 12 people are going to come into the chat. I just saw earlier in the day the full Dynasty card. I'm surprised but not surprised that they added another 4 matches to the card. Oh, Tony Khan. Tony Khan. Why? I feel like Eddie Kingston. I feel like Eddie Kingston. Why do you do this, Tony Khan? That basically means that I have 4 matches that I have to look up and find out what the 4 matches are, and I got to send them over to yeah. It's I don't even watch Star Trek, and I knew that reference that you just dropped, Mike. But that means 4 matches that I have to DM to Shay, because I am actually in Shay's DMs, unlike what Charlotte was saying about somebody else that she was talking about earlier. I'm not going to spoil it because it was a deep line, a lot of point of contention with that line there from Charlotte, but I got to DM Shay and let her know these are the extra 4 matches. You saw the Ludwig comment? All right. I can confidently say 99% certainty. I can put money on Ludwig Kaiser was not in Charlotte's DMs. I don't think Ludwig Kaiser was in Charlotte's DMs whatsoever. I think that was just Charlotte. I think Charlotte got flustered. Charlotte knew she got dog walk on the mic. Giovanni, maybe? Not Luke. Nah. Again, why? It's like that episode of The Sopranos where the detective that Tony had on the tape pulled over Dr. Melfi when she was on that date, and the detective goes to Dr. Melfi, why you out going for cheeseburgers when you got prime rib at home? So again, I don't think Kaiser was in anybody's DMs. I think Charlotte Flair got dog walk on the mic, and she was like, "Oh shit, I got to think of something, so I'm gonna just blurt out the most insane shit," and that's what she blurted out. That's what she blurted out. I can't. If I'm Tiffany Stratton, I'm going to Charlotte and being like, "Hey, bitch, like, what's the deal? What's the deal with all this madness? You talking about Kaiser in your DMs and whatnot." Cody Rhodes is going to be on SmackDown next week.
In Europe week. Not only that, Liv and
SmackDown's
Raquel,
gonna
the
be pretty good.
WWE Women's Tag Champs, they need a WrestleMania challenger.
I don't know if I
We'll find out
really
who that
had
will be next week
a
in
reaction
tag team
to that. Like,
with the winners head
the
to
whole
Vegas.
time I'm going, this is a fucking train wreck. Like, this is... Oh, we're getting Berto and Ray Phoenix next week. Let's fucking go. That's going to be a fun match. The whole time I'm watching it going, this is a fucking train wreck, bro. Like, this is watching 2 catty women just be catty, and you're like, this is so awkward. Roman Reigns still is late for work. I've never seen somebody so late for work.
Sorry to bug you again, but can you update us on when exactly Roman Reigns is going to arrive?
That's when Roman Reigns exactly is going to arrive. Any minute.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you for gigantifying that emo of Squirtle. Hey, we're in commercial. We got to eat up some commercial time. I understand it, WWE. Don't worry. I get it. Thank you for gigantifying that emote, Mike. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's how's the stream been? The stream's been great. The stream's been great. You will very rarely hear me complain about the stream, about numbers, about anything like that. I just feel like I'm not knocking any streamer or content creator that is transparent when it comes to their viewership and all those things, but I'm just not the type of person. I can't focus on numbers, and I can't, like, to me it all just sounds like I'm complaining that I don't have a million viewers or anything like that. Who got my first chatter redeem? Was it Darn Bella, Riz, someone else? It was, who got it today? Today was Bella. Bella got it today. And then, so whoever redeems it tomorrow, if you redeem it tomorrow, you are this week's first chatter champion. And if Bella redeems it tomorrow, she and you both will be co-champions because you got it on Monday and Wednesday. She got it today. And if she gets it tomorrow, you guys will be co-champions. But yeah, you'll never hear me complain about viewership or numbers or anything like that. I internalize it. Hey, Stone Cold is here. Stone Cold is here. Do you think Stone Cold is there a possibility Stone Cold might get involved and be involved in this WrestleMania situation with Cena and The Rock? I feel like that was a perfect opportunity to involve The Rock. Everybody's kind of wondering why The Rock isn't more of a focal point in this situation between Cena and Cody Rhodes, which I kind of agree. You know, he's in Nevada for a race that weekend. I'm sure Stone Cold shows up. Stone Cold shows up. Why else be in Nevada for that weekend for a race? A race. And it's WrestleMania weekend. And you're going to miss it. That's right. You're going to miss. I'm sorry for laughing. I shouldn't laugh, but it's pretty funny. I would be, you can't, God hates winners. Is that what it is? God hates winners, huh? Poor Mike, he's gonna miss WrestleMania because he's gonna be in Paris, France. Woo! All right, let's see if this is Roman Reigns finally showing up for work. It's not my poor planning. So the wife just scheduled it on WrestleMania weekend to spite you. That's a nice Tribal Chief shirt. I'm gonna need to grab me one of those. Roman Reigns is not trying to hear it, apparently.
Remember, CM Punk said he would be ready to reveal the favor when
walked
Roman
him like it
Reigns
was
arrives.
nothing.
Well, Roman Reigns is now here at the
Roman Reigns is not happy. Everybody throw the ones up. Throw your ones up. Gotta throw the ones up. We're not waiting for Pipe. There was an underwear change. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was going to say, this is a power walking, apparently
God.
pyro-free Tribal Chief.
Jesus.
It's been a long time since
That
we've
one
seen
woke
that.
up the butt cheeks, man.
That means things are deadly serious in the mind of the OTC.
I did feel that in my ass cheeks. I actually felt that in my ass cheeks. Thank you for the bits, Mike. I feel like you're making up for lost time. Roman Reigns is not happy. Roman Reigns is not happy. You better acknowledge him. You better acknowledge him. He's not happy.
Acknowledge me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You see, I got my Shield shirt on. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do for Roman Reigns. I got my Shield shirt on.
Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Is he here? Yes, my tribal chief.
CM Punk. CM Punk.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Wise man.
Wise
yes,
man.
my tribal chief. Is he still talking about this favor?
Yes.
Yes, my tribal chief. Oh, Chicago, I don't know how you deal with this guy, huh? Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Should I share a secret with Chicago? Yes, my tribal chief. CM Punk wouldn't be back
all the
here
cheap pops.
if it wasn't for me.
All the cheap pops. Roman Reigns taking credit for CM Punk's return. How crazy is that?
CM Punk wouldn't be in the main event of WrestleMania if it wasn't for me. And I get it, you're good people. He's from the same city as me. I have to like him, yeah. You're good people, you mean well, but you're not that smart. CM Punk's been around forever. He has wrestled everyone under the sun, Hall of Famers, legends, champions, but he's never been in that main event of WrestleMania. No, he hadn't.
No, he hadn't.
Not until he was introduced to the tribal chief. That's right. You hear him chant for the tribal chief in your city? I'm right here in the ring.
He's so cocky.
I say we bring CM Punk out here so we can quit wasting our time, huh?
He's so cocky.
Let me hear what this favor is. Come on out here and indulge your tribal chief.
When CM Punk was out there earlier, he opened the show, Mike. That crowd was loud. I never heard that crowd so loud. They were loud. I don't know if they're going to be loud here. They're loud there. But CM Punk opened the show. That place went fucking apeshit. It was crazy. I like that Seth, his outfits have been a little bit tamer, I guess you could say.
The other member of the triple threat match at the grandest stage of them all, Seth Rollins, who was enraged a week ago in London when CM Punk was awarded with his first WrestleMania main event. And then we heard earlier tonight taking a different approach and attitude and seemingly reveling in this moment of discomfort with Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, as they await the favor of CM Punk.
Roman Reigns is the one enraged now. Roman Reigns wants an answer from CM Punk. What he did not want was
Rollins
karaoke
reminds
on
me of
behalf
like those
fan
old
base
cartoon
of
villains
Seth Rollins.
that kind of, and they're always like all dressed in black. and they wear the black hat and they kind of prance around and tiptoe and shit like that. That's what Rollins reminds me of.
Chicago! I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am and I wouldn't miss this one for the world. You see, now I don't know, Roman, what this little favor is here, but the reality, I got a feeling, is gonna knock your socks off. And the thing about reality and you, man, they don't seem to jive very well because, well, unlike all of us, you don't like to live in the real world. But every time you step outside of your little universe, reality
Seth's shoes are fucking six. They are. They do look kind of. They do look like they could like. Those look like super steel-toed boots.
Lesson, but example A, heist of the century.
Those things look like they can definitely do some work stomping out some people.
The main event of WrestleMania last year.
What did I say?
I'm wondering the same.
They want to know the favor.
Y'all, Chicago.
They want to know the favor.
But the reality, Roman, is that you underestimate CM Punk. You think you're above CM Punk. You think you don't have to worry about CM Punk. You think you ignore him, he just goes away. I tried that, it doesn't work. Now he is in the main event of WrestleMania, and that is a reality I have to deal with. You could have stopped this in War Games. You didn't. You could have let me stop it in the cage.
I thought that was TV.
You didn't. And now here we are.
I thought that was the TV. I was like, why is he talking over him? That was so crazy.
Now I'm in a lot better place than I was last week when we were all celebrating Punk and
I thought that was the show. I really thought that was the show. Thank you for the bits,
reality
man. You got
gives
me.
you two options. Either you suffer and you get left behind, or you adapt and you control reality.
The reality is, you're untrustworthy.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
I could say the word loyalty, but you have no clue what that means.
He's got a point.
CM Punk stands here because I made a promise to the wise man. And I keep my word. And the reality is, I didn't call you out here. I called Punk out here.
They carried the chant. They carried the chant. Let's go. All right, Chicago.
You call Punk out here. I'm out here to hear from CM Punk. There's only one thing missing. Let's find out what this favor is, shall we?
Are we going to have an overrun? Good on Chicago for doing the Euro chant, yeah. I'm telling you, they were loud for CM Punk when he first came out. They were loud. It honestly felt like Survivor Series when he returned. That's how crazy it was. Was there a neckbeard shown crying in the stands? They didn't show one, but I'm pretty sure about 2 or 3 of them were crying. I probably would have cried too if I was there in person. CM Punk with custom CM Punk sneakers, custom best in the world ones.
The favor.
Yes, hurry.
What's the favor?
What's the favor?
This is about friendship. This is about legacy. This is about promises made and promises kept. This is about
He's got 4 minutes to drag this out. He's got 4 minutes. Hurry the fuck up.
Paul, this goes back to 4400 Shepherdsville Road in Louisville, Kentucky, when on day one I showed up and they told you that I don't belong and they told you to fire me and you said no. And hell, your wise man is just that. He's wise beyond his years. Paul, you prophesized this on national television on Monday Night Raw, and if everybody else has forgotten about it, that certainly doesn't mean I have. And hell, even before that, if I could throw it back to the day you left this company on Big Show's bus, me and you and Show and RVD standing there talking amongst ourselves. And I mistakenly made it about me. I said, Paul, they're gonna fire me. Paul, without you, I'm nothing. Paul, don't leave. And you said, no, you'll be fine. And I said, I'm sorry I made this about me. Do you remember this, Paul? I said, what can I do for you? And in that moment, you looked
Big
me
Show
in the eye
mentioned
and
can't
said,
keep AEW out of the fed in the mud.
You
I
main
swear,
event
they give you one every show. They give you one every show, Mike.
Force them to deal with us.
Holy shit.
Well, they aren't here anymore, so I'm gonna force you, my tribal chief. I'm gonna force you out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna force you to deal with us.
Uh-oh.
Because at WrestleMania, in the main event, in my corner,
I told you. I fucking told you.
My best friend.
I told you.
Paul Heyman.
I told you. I knew that was the favorite. I knew it. And he agreed to it. Heyman already said earlier in the show, this is a part that you missed. Heyman said early in the show, whatever Punk wanted, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
You understand he loves me, right? He needs me.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I saved him. Even if I let him, he wouldn't.
Yeah, okay. I
Wise
don't...
man.
Yo.
Yes, my tribal chief. Let this desperate fool down easy, will ya?
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. He's crying. He's crying.
Are you crying?
He's crying.
You better wipe him up and tell him no. I took you in. I made you relevant. Tell him no.
Wow. Wow. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
I'm gonna give you one more opportunity. Tell him no.
He's not gonna do it.
No, my tribal chief, I can't do that.
Wow. There it is. There it is. Yes, Seth.
Oh, Punk attacks him from behind.
Wow.
Right hand after right hand. And a
Go to
GTS
sleep.
to Roman Reigns.
Go to sleep. Night, night.
And now bitter rivals.
Seth's
face
feeling
off.
froggy.
A tearful wise man couldn't say no to Punk. The favor is cashed. Punk.
That is
saying
crazy.
the
I
wise
knew
man
it.
will
I
be in
knew
his
it.
corner come WrestleMania 41.
I knew it.
Friendship, loyalty, Punk and Heyman in Vegas together.
Wow. Wow.
Previously.
What previously my ass. What a setup. Wow. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So that means Heyman has to walk out with CM Punk. Heyman has to be in CM Punk's corner. Heyman has to be the one advising and counseling CM Punk and not his tribal chief. I love wrestling. I love wrestling. I swear to God. It's the best. It's the best. I love this shit. So good. So good. What a show. What a setup for WrestleMania. So much is happening in WrestleMania. They added 3 matches to WrestleMania tonight. 3 matches tonight for WrestleMania were added to the show. So, wow. What if Roman attacks Heyman so that it looks like he can't make Mania, and then Paul comes down during the main event to cost Roman? I don't think
Leroy Dragon!
Leroy's back there, passed out as usual. That's hard. That's hard because I think when it's all said and done, there's still a soft spot for Heyman in the heart of Roman Reigns, so he's not going to attack Heyman. He's not going to put any hands on Heyman. He's not going to hurt Heyman. He's going to scare the shit out of Heyman. I can guarantee that he's going to scare him, and he's going to make him try to regret his choice to be in the corner of CM Punk, but I don't think he's going to put his hands on him. I think if anything, if there's anything going to be drastic, I think if there's anything that's going to be drastic, it's going to be during the match. Then Paul Heyman, I equate it to, you remember the Boiler Room Brawl between Mankind and Undertaker? Undertaker makes his way out to the ring where Paul Bearer is waiting with the urn, and he thinks he won the match because he does this salute to the urn, and then Paul Bearer, Bearer betrays him and bashes him in the head. I think that's what's going to happen. If anything like that were to happen, I think that's what's going to happen at WrestleMania, where we're going to have a situation where Roman is going to look to Heyman to do something. Heyman's going to break down and betray Roman Reigns. I like, in this sense, doesn't it look better to have the pairing of CM Punk and Paul Heyman more so than the pairing of Roman and Paul Heyman? I think the pairing of Punk and Heyman is a lot better than Roman and Heyman. I feel like it's kind of ran its course. Like, he really doesn't have a bloodline. He really doesn't have that island of relevancy around him because everybody's off doing their own thing. Jay's off doing his own thing. Jimmy's off getting beat to shit by Gunther. Fucking Sami Zayn, I don't know where Sami Zayn's been. Sami Zayn's been Sami Zayning, you know? Maybe he'll slide a metal chair in the ring like Roman and Brock in Saudi. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I knew that was the favor. I banked on it like 3 weeks ago that was the favor. But all in all, I love it. I think it's great. I'm excited for WrestleMania. This was a great episode of SmackDown. One, Mike, that even though you were here hanging out with us, you definitely should go back and watch. It was a good one. You definitely have to see that segment between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair just for the absolute fucking train wreck that it was. That was a fucking train wreck. God almighty, that was so bad. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow here online. I'll be doing another stream, another watch along. I'll be catching up on NXT tomorrow. The stream will be starting at 6:30. I'll be catching up on NXT. And then from NXT, we'll take us into Collision. It is the last Collision before AEW Dynasty, which is happening on Sunday. Please, if you're a Twitch sub or a Twitch moderator, please come join us for AEW Dynasty. It's going to be a good show. Anyway, while you're here, just to let you know, I'm going to be sending you over to JDK. Hope I'll be done work by then to watch the stream for NXT. I haven't seen this week's. Well, we're going to be starting it at 6:30. So hopefully you'll be done work and you'll be all ready to go and hang out with us so we can watch NXT together. 6:30 is when the stream is going to be starting, and we'll watch NXT, and then after NXT, we watch Collision like a happy family. I'm going to be sending you over to JDK. What the fuck is JDK doing? JDK, he's playing Schedule 1. Everybody's playing Schedule 1. It is a game where you sell weed. It's a game where you sell weed. So hang out, watch him play Schedule 1. It's a good time. I'm going to be there
Smoke
lurking.
weed every day.
Exactly. Mike knows, you know what the deal is. Anyway, I'm going to watch JDK. Hopefully you join me there. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate you guys, and I shall see you tomorrow for NXT and AEW Collision. In the meantime, go get some rest, go get some relaxation in, and we'll talk tomorrow. Take care, guys.